I'm Maria. Welcome to the Wildcat Wilderness. Today I'm going to be making a nature journal, and it's something you might like to do. So what's a nature journal? Well, a nature journal is actually just a notebook, and I'm going to write down things that I see outdoors, things that I hear outside, also what I think about things and how I might feel. So it's somewhere where I can write things down, I can draw a little drawing of something I find, I can collect things like flowers and leaves and put them in my journal. I could take some photographs, I can stick some things in. Now, you can either buy a notebook or you can make one. So, my notebook, nice blue one here, it's got a little bee on because I particularly like bees. And inside here, I've just started, I don't know if you can see that, it says Maria's Nature Journal. Okay, and that's, oh, and I've drawn a little spider there. And what I'm going to do is, this is my little book I'm going to use to write down things that I see when I'm outside. And here. Okay, but you don't have to go and buy one. The other thing you can do is just get some paper like this. You can fold it in half, and then all I've done here is just put some string around it, okay, just to keep it together. And then I can always add ones as well. So I can write Maria's Nature Journal across there, and I can start decorating the front. Okay, so this is the sort of thing. Okay, so I'm outside today in the Wildcat Wilderness, and it's a beautiful day, but you could do this sitting at home, open the window, have a look what you see and hear outside. Or you could go and sit in your garden, or you could just go for a walk outside and have a bit of an explore and see what you can find. Okay, so I'm going to do my nature journal. So what am I going to put in it? Right, so one of the first things I was going to put is, what is the date today? So I make a note of what the date is. Then I have a look what the time is. So I'm going to write in the time. And then I'm going to put, where am I? So I'm at the Wildcat Wilderness today. And the time's actually 11 o'clock. And I'm going to also write down what the weather's like today. So the weather, it's a beautiful day actually. It's nice and sunny. That's why I'm sitting in the shade at the moment. And no rain. Can't feel any wind either. So I might just draw a symbol for a nice sun there. And I'm going to go for an explore, but you can do this sitting down. So if I'm sitting here, what can I hear? I can hear some birds tweeting. What can I see? Well, even just looking around here, I'm sitting under some wonderful willow trees here, and what I can see, just here, there's lots and lots of these. Lots of catkins that have come from our willow tree. So I could write down in my book that I've seen one of these catkins. Now, I might not know what this is like. I might not know what it is, but it doesn't matter, because I could take this home and I could look it up when I get home if I've got some books, or you could have a look on the internet as well. Obviously ask permission to use that. And then I could try and find out what this is. So I could take this home with me, put it in my pocket, in a bag, take it home. Okay, so what does it look like? Well, this one, I was going to describe it. It's green. It's kind of a bit spiky. It's got spiky bits, but it actually feels quite soft. And it's quite long, so I could measure that with my finger, couldn't I? Okay, so that is as big as, oh, let's have a look. It goes all the way from my little finger all the way down to my wrist. Okay, so you might want to get a ruler and measure that properly. Does it smell of anything? It doesn't really smell of anything. Now, normally when we're out and about, I say no picking and no licking. Now today, if we're going to go for an explore, if I see lots of things the same, then I might pick something to take home, because it's really important that we leave some of the flowers, in fact most of the flowers, for the insects and the bees. But if there's lots of them, today I might pick one. Now the other thing is no licking. So we don't want to put anything in our mouth just in case. We don't know what it is and it might hurt us, might give us a tummy ache or something. So it's always best not to put things in your mouth. Okay, so does it sound of anything? Not really, it's a bit sort of scratchy if I put it against my ear. Yeah, okay. And what does it remind me of? I think that reminds me of, although it's green, it reminds me of my cat's tail. So I'm going to write in my journal, my nature journal, it reminds me of my cat's tail. And what do I think about it? Oh, I quite like it really. It makes me feel quite pleased. And there's lots and lots of them around, so I could collect lots and lots. And maybe I could make a picture out of them as well. How does it make me feel? Well, it just reminds me of spring. It reminds me of being outside. It also reminds me of being really, really small, because some catkins are quite furry, and I used to really like looking for them when I was much smaller, and I used to collect them up, and they're the little furry ones, and you used to be able to stroke those. Pussy willow, but this is a different type of catkin. So it reminds me of being small. And what I'm going to do, I've got another section at the bottom here, it says what I found out. So when I get home, I might have a look, as I said, and see if I can find out any more information about it. So the other thing I could do on another page, so I'm going to get my catkin, is I could do a little drawing of it, which would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Or what I could do is I could do a rubbing of it. So I could, and I'll show you that another time actually, put it underneath a piece of paper and you rub over the top, maybe with a crayon or something. Okay. So, apart from my journal, what else might be useful? Well, the other things that you might want, and you'll definitely need when you're out and about, is certainly a pencil, and ideally if it's got an eraser, a rubber on the end, so if you make a mistake you can rub things out. You also might want a pen, you might want some glue so you can stick it in your journal immediately. You also might want to have one of these. Now this is a magnifying glass. So if I'm going on my nature hunt, I might see a little insect. It might be tiny, tiny, weeny one. And in which case, to make it look much bigger, I can use this, so I can have a proper look at it, and then I can write about it in my journal. Now, some things, like the birds, which I can hear today at the Wildcat Wilderness, are quite far away. So I might be able to see them in the distance, but I really can't see it properly. So the other thing that you might want is some binoculars, okay? And that means that you can look through and it brings everything much closer. So there's a bird over there, and what I would do is I'd look through my binoculars and I'd use this middle button to make sure I can see it properly. That's focusing it. And off in the distance there, what bird can I see? Oh, looks like a blue tit. That's exciting. So I could write that down in my nature journal. Okay, so I'm going to go on a bit of a nature hunt now. But remember, you could do this from your window, sitting at home. You could do it in your own garden, or you could do it when you're going for a walk. So today I'm going to go for a little walk, and I have set myself a bit of a challenge. I'm going to try and find everything that's golden. So everything that's yellow in colour. So come with me. So we're just going to head off on our nature hunt to see what we can find and hear, so that we can write things in our nature journal. So I've decided today I'm going to go down this path. Follow me. See what we can find. Oh, can you hear those birds? This path. What can I see? Oh, I can see lots of flowers ahead of me. Let's investigate. But remember, today I'm trying to look for golden things, like treasure. So anything yellow. So just ahead here, I can see lots and lots of those purple flowers, and those are bluebells. They're actually Spanish bluebells, not our British ones, because they're slightly bigger, and also they don't smell as nice as the other ones. But just down here, look what I found. That's rather exciting. Lots and lots and lots of lovely yellow flowers. Do you know what they are? They're dandelions. See their big smiley faces? Let's go and have a closer look at one. Oh, look at that. Right, if I have a little bit of an investigate now. If I have a look round here, you can probably just see, look at that wonderful leaf. It's supposed to look like lion's teeth. Okay, so I'm going to take that, I'm going to put that in my nature journal. Okay, and what I've done is I brought with me a little bag with my journal in, and I'm going to put that in the bag. And because there are lots and lots of lovely dandelions, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pick one of these, okay, because there's lots that I can share with the bees and the insects. I'm going to pick one of these just down the bottom there. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put that in my nature journal. But I'm going to have to press that to get it nice and flat, and that's something I'm going to show you later. Okay. The other thing that I could do is maybe rather than pick them, I could take a photograph. Okay, so what I could do is I could ask to borrow somebody's phone, or use your own if you've got one, and I could take a photograph, and then I could print off the photograph and then put that in my journal. The other thing I could do is do a little drawing. I could sit down and I could just draw one of those, couldn't I? And also while I'm here, let's just have a look. Oh, look at this. This is our wonderful, wonderful, that's what this is. This is our apple tree. Now this one's called a Merton Worcester. Okay. And if I look at the tree at this time of year, let's see if we can see some wonderful, should be able to just see that. Oh, just coming into view there. Look at that. Some wonderful blossom. Isn't that lovely? And it's from the blossom we get the apples. So thank you for joining me on my nature hunt today, which means I can also start my nature journal. So let's get my nature journal out. Okay, and my pencil, and I've got in my collection bag there a wonderful dandelion leaf to put in my book, and also dandelion flower to put in there. Okay, so I'm just going to spend a bit of time sitting here writing in my nature journal, listening to the birds and just thinking about things and feeling about things as well. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.